Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So for those who are coming across my channel for the first time, my name is Daniel and I work as a senior analyst here in the United Kingdom. Now, aside from my full-time job as a senior analyst, I also work as a tech trainer. So I train people who are looking at transitioning into data analytics, business intelligence, analytics, looking at getting into finance analyst, marketing analyst, just to mention a few. And in the last week, I spoke with 2 recruiters and 1 employer, and just to get insight about why is it quite difficult for people to land tech roles. And this is not because of the fact that I'm training individuals who are looking at transitioning into tech. I need to keep myself updated on how the UK job market is. And I started to have a chat with these 2 recruiters who contacted me for some information about getting people who have some skill sets in data analytics for different roles available here in the United Kingdom. And in the midst of that conversation, I decided, okay, can I get to ask you guys a question? Why is it quite difficult to land a tech role or a data analytics role here in the United Kingdom in 2024? And they give me some of the things that has made it quite difficult for immigrants like yourself and myself to landing visa sponsorship tech roles in the UK. So if you're in that situation, or someone in that situation, then you sure do want to stick to this video till the end. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, do also hit on the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Those who have been following my channel for a while, it's another news that I work as a senior analyst here in the UK. And on my other job working as a tech trainer here in the United Kingdom, I've had situations, for those who have been following me on Instagram, and other social media platform, we've posted loads of different students who finished their program with Tech Drive Analytics, who have been able to secure data analytics role. And this is because of the fact that, I myself as a trainer, I try as much as possible to still put myself out there in the job market, just to understand how the market is, learn some of the mistakes that people are making and make sure that our students on Tech Drive are not making the exact mistakes. And I felt, okay, this information is too important for me not to share with you guys, which is why I'm bringing this on YouTube. Now, there are quite a number of people looking at getting into data analytics job, and I've had loads of people telling me, hey Dan, I've applied to 100 companies, I'm not getting interview invite, nobody's calling me for interview. What do you think is wrong? Is something wrong with my CV? And all of those interesting stuff. And having talked with this, recruiters and 1 employer who was looking at me, helping him do some advertisements for a particular data analytics role, which of course was shared with, a couple of guys on Tech Drive before it's been brought out here. And had conversation with them. Why do you think people are not getting jobs? There are lots of immigrants with the right skill set, and these are some of the things they mentioned was why most people are finding it difficult to get a job. Now, the first thing that was mentioned was the fact that if you're looking at getting a job in the UK, either as a data analyst or as a tech professional, you definitely need to have enough portfolio to showcase your skill set. Now, wait, I know you probably say, oh, I have lots of projects I've done. How come I'm still not landing a job? Now, listen, if you're applying for any job or let's say any tech related roles in a particular industry, you need to ensure that the project you've got on your portfolio is in line with the kind of data set you use in that particular industry. So I'm going to give you an example. If you're applying for a data analyst job, let's say within the retail industry, for example, you can't have projects on your portfolio on healthcare data. You get what I mean? So, and the reason for this is because the market is quite competitive at the moment. I mean, there are lots of people applying for the same job you're applying for, and for you to gain some level of competitive advantage, you must do something a little bit different from others, if that makes sense. So, this one of the tech recruiters I spoke with said most of the applications they get, they see people applying for jobs with for BDO, for example, and when they check out their CV, check out the portfolios they're seeing data set on on Amazon. They're saying you're working on projects on data set with healthcare related data, and this is going to put you at so much disadvantage on your application. That is why all of those applications you're pushing out there ends up coming back as a rejection email. Now, the other thing they also mentioned is that you need to have a good industry knowledge of whichever organization you're applying for. So I'll give you a practical example. So let's say, for example, you're applying for a job within the NHS, and on the job description, it says that their data analysts make use of Oracle, for data analysis, interrogation of data, manipulation of data. And on your portfolio, you have no project that you used Oracle with. it's not going to give, you're not definitely not going to get called for an interview. And this is really important because for immigrants like ourselves, we are so much disadvantaged because we don't have any UK experience. So one of the ways to actually prove our skill set is through those projects. Of course, for every data analyst interview you go for, you're still going to be tested. But if they don't have that perception that you have the right skill set through your portfolio, through the projects you've done, then you might find it difficult to land, your first data analytics or any tech related role here in the United Kingdom. So this is really important. Ensure that you start building that portfolio in line with the sector you're interested in. And this brings me to the second point. The second recruiter I mentioned was that most people are applying for jobs blindly without having good understanding of what industry they're trying to get into. Now the truth is, most organizations, for data analytics especially, there are lots of industries, there are lots of organizations, and one of the ways, and which is something I did that helped me when I was trying to get my first data analyst job in 2022, was that I was able to create a niche for myself. So for myself at that time, at first I was applying for every single data analyst job I see, but at some point, after speaking to a couple of people who were already in the sector, I discovered that it's important to create a niche for yourself. Apply for jobs in the sector you're interested in. So with that level, you build some industry knowledge, you build some level of competence on your understanding of how that particular sector works. So I'm going to give you the instance. For me, I decided at that particular time that I was going to focus on two sectors, and I focused majorly on the healthcare sector and also the retail industry. So every application I put, when I say data analyst role in the finance world, I don't apply, because I decided I wanted to create a niche for myself. And having that niche, my portfolio was in line with those industry I was interested in. My CV was tailored to that particular niche, and I was able to, for those who are following my channel, I was able to land myself, 4 different job offers in data analytics here in the United Kingdom. So this is really important. And this is outside, I've said this a whole lot of time, make sure your CV is in line with this. Now, those are like general information, generic information that I've provided for you guys multiple times, but these are the new information I'm getting from employers and recruiters. Now, another major challenge most people are facing is that many organizations are actually unwilling to pay as high as £38,700. So I spoke to a particular, employer, I think on Tuesday or thereabout, and he wanted me to do an advertisement for a particular job vacancy, they had, and after going to the job description, looking at the salary scale, I'm like, most of the guys I have are people who are looking for visa sponsorship, and the job you're offering is going to be paying 33 grand, which is not a bad salary, to be honest, for an entry level data analyst role. However, because they need sponsorship, they need a job that will pay more. So I was like, what can we do? Is it possible to increase the salary to this particular amount, and with the agreement that there won't be an increment in the next 3 years or something, just to help augment the salary to match the new salary threshold requirement. But this employer was not willing to. Although I actually pushed some of those vacancies to those guys, to my guys on Tech Drive who are on a dependent visa, who don't need visa, because that kind of vacancy will never be relevant, or will not necessarily be relevant for those looking at visa sponsorship. So that's one of the major challenges. Most organizations are not willing to give, employment to, or willing to pay as high as 38,700 for an entry level data analyst role, which make it difficult for you and I to get sponsored. So just have come up with conversations. They actually say a couple of things around, the CV formats, and if your CV is not properly in a proper format for getting a job in the UK, you're going to keep getting rejections. I mean, loads of rejections. So you need to check out, if you're not getting interview invite, there's something wrong on your CV. I mean, your CV needs to be optimized. And if you're struggling on achieving that, I've got a link in the description of this video where I can help you create a master CV that would definitely give you competitive advantage. I mean, if you go on my Instagram page, we have loads of videos that share people's testimony, and people coming back to say, oh, Daniel, thank you for the CV. I've got 2 interviews in the last 1 month, I've got 1 interview in the last couple of weeks, and all of that. So if you're struggling with creating a master CV, then click on the link in the description of this video. And if you have any question relating to job search, if you're struggling with landing a job and you think you would like to jump on a call and get some clarification, I've got a link also in the description for a one-to-one session. We can jump on the conversation. Trust me, the challenge you're facing requires just a knowledge base that will make a massive difference, and you definitely need to speak to someone already in the industry that can help put some light to whatever you think you need clarification on. So that's all about that. If you're looking at getting into data analytics or any tech related roles and you're struggling to learn those skills on your own, then you want to check out Tech Drive. The link is also in the description of this video. So if you find this video informative or resourceful, click on the like button. If you have any question, state in the comment section. And if you're coming across this channel for the first time, do well to hit on the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.